I still remember the moment my phone rang. It was almost 9:30 at night. I looked at the screen. It was my wife's assistant. I smiled. I thought maybe she wanted to ask about some work papers. I answered the call, but the first words she said made my blood run cold. "Hi, I'm sorry to bother you, but your wife never arrived for the business meeting this morning." I stopped breathing. "What do you mean?" I asked. "She told us she was flying to Chicago yesterday." I felt my hands shaking. She told me the same thing. There was silence. Then the assistant whispered, "So, where is she?" My name is Daniel. I had been married to my wife, Rachel, for 12 years. We were not perfect, but I believed we trusted each other. Rachel worked as a regional sales director. She traveled often. Business trips were normal, at least. That is what I believed. The day before, Rachel kissed me goodbye. She packed one small suitcase. She smiled. "I'll be back in 3 days." I drove her to the airport. She hugged me. Everything felt normal. Or, at least it looked normal. After the assistant called, I checked Rachel's flight confirmation email. It looked real. Flight number, hotel reservation, meeting schedule. Everything. But something felt wrong. I called the airline. They searched her reservation. Nothing. No ticket, no booking, no record. My heart dropped. Someone had created fake travel papers. But why? I called Rachel. Straight to voicemail. Again. Voicemail again. Nothing. I texted her. No reply. Hours passed. I barely slept. Every terrible thought filled my mind. Was she hurt? Was she kidnapped? Or was she lying? The next morning, I drove to her office. Her assistant looked nervous. She showed me the meeting schedule. Rachel had planned this business trip for weeks. Everyone expected her. Nobody knew where she was. Then the assistant remembered something. There is one strange thing. She opened her computer. Rachel had deleted almost every email from the last month, except one. A hotel confirmation. Not in Chicago. In Miami. Miami? Why would she go there without telling anyone? I booked the next flight. I needed answers, not guesses. Answers. When I arrived, I went to the hotel. The receptionist checked the records. "Yes," she said. "Rachel checked in yesterday." I felt sick. "Is she still here?" The receptionist looked at the screen. "No. She left this morning. With another guest." Those 4 words destroyed me. With another guest. I asked for the guest's name. The receptionist apologized. She couldn't tell me. I sat in the hotel lobby, completely broken. 12 years. Gone. Just like that. Then, someone touched my shoulder. It was an older man. He looked at me carefully. "You must be Daniel." I froze. "How do you know my name?" He sighed. "Rachel asked me to give you this." He handed me a small envelope. Then he walked away. Inside was only one note. "I'm sorry I lied. Please trust me one last time. Go to Pier 17 at sunset. Come alone. No explanation, nothing else." Every part of me wanted to leave, but another part needed to know the truth. So I went. The sun was setting. The ocean was calm. Rachel stood at the end of the pier, alone. She looked exhausted. She had been crying when she saw me. She burst into tears. "I'm sorry. I couldn't even look at her. Who were you with?" She nodded slowly. "My father." I stared at her. "You told me he died 20 years ago." She closed her eyes. I lied. Rachel explained everything. When she was a teenager, her father abandoned the family. Her mother told everyone he had died. Rachel hated him. For years, she believed he deserved to stay forgotten. Then, A month ago, someone contacted her. Her father was alive. He had terminal cancer, only weeks left to live. He wanted to see her, one last time. She refused again and again. But eventually, she agreed on one condition. Nobody could know, not even me. She was ashamed that she wanted to forgive him, ashamed that she had lied about him for so many years. The older man at the hotel was her father's doctor. The hotel, the fake business trip. Everything had been arranged so Rachel could spend 3 days with the father she had spent 20 years trying to forget. I wanted to be angry. Maybe I should have been. But then she handed me something, a photograph. It showed Rachel, holding her father's hand, both of them crying. Neither looked happy. They looked broken. "He died this morning," she whispered. "I was with him. I just couldn't tell you." For a long time, neither of us spoke. The waves crashed below us. The wind was cold. Finally, I asked, "Why didn't you trust me?" Rachel cried even harder. "I was afraid. Afraid you would see me differently. Afraid you would think I betrayed you." I didn't know how to explain. Our trust is strange. Sometimes people lie. Not because they are cheating, but because they are carrying pain they cannot explain. That doesn't make the lie right. It only explains it. Rachel and I started counseling. It wasn't easy. Trust doesn't return overnight. It takes honesty, patience, and time. Months later, we were stronger than before. Not because nothing bad happened, but because we finally stopped hiding from each other. Now, whenever someone tells me they know exactly what happened before hearing the full story, I remember that phone call. My wife never arrived for the business meeting. Those words nearly destroyed my marriage. Not because of an affair, but because of a secret that had been buried for 20 years. Sometimes, the truth is nothing like the story we imagine. And sometimes, the biggest mystery isn't where someone disappeared. It's the pain they've been hiding all along. If this story touched you, remember this. Never assume you know the whole truth from one phone call. Sometimes the hardest secrets have nothing to do with betrayal. Sometimes they are about forgiveness.